One excellent way to keep up with what's going on campus at Victor Valley College, the Rampage, the college newspaper. In the newsroom this day, in the Student Activities Center, the staff's working on deadline. The editor-in-chief's role?
I do layout, and I make sure that all of the editors have assignments, and all the editors also have assignments. I make sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing, and I give out word counts, and so I just have to keep everything in order, make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to, and I edit, also proofread everything.
As for the assistant editor-in-chief?
Basically, anything that gets overwhelming for the editor-in-chief, I try to assist with. Basically, I reissue deadlines. Since we have a bigger class this year, we try to divide up the responsibilities in half. So we'll take care of everyone on one side, and she'll take care of the other side. Also, reassuring deadlines, as well as reassuring that if anyone's absent, we get in contact with them and keep communication lines open.
Communications lines? Yeah, that's one thing. But how about deadlines? Every other Friday? What's the atmosphere in this journalism nerve center on the day of a deadline?
It's tedious, actually. It is stressful because you might have someone who has to get the article in who hasn't done it yet, and so we have that white space. But in the meantime, while the articles that we do have in, we have to make sure they're correct. We have to make sure that the names are spelled right. We have to make sure tedious things like the commas in the right place, things like that. Things are grammatically correct as well as the layout's correct. So it's a tedious process where we edit the exact same thing. We'll literally read an article at least 10 to 12 times at least, and that's when it's a good article. So it's a tedious process, to say the least. So it's fun.
There is a lot of pressure. I think this day is, yesterday there was even more pressure. They're trying to get it done yesterday. But today, I'm not really sure. I don't work exactly, like Carrie and Brandon are the ones that put together the paper. I just am here to help, and it seems like it's pretty grueling because they're here for like 5 hours a day.
What are the duties of this Apple Valley graduate?
I am a features editor, and my duty is to foresee all the reporters' features articles and make sure they get in the paper and make sure they're doing their job. And I also work on hold on, Brandon, what is my department?
Your features?
No, but my new department.
Oh, you're going to be a special projects editor.
I'm going to be, hopefully if I'm here next semester, I'm a special projects editor, and the stories that are involved with the special projects usually take longer to do, and they're more of like investigating journalism. So.
A staff of over 20? What's this scribe like this?
The editing is interesting, the layout for the paper, getting a chance to assist the new reporters and help them with problems that they're having, answer questions.
I like editing. I kind of like the behind the scenes a little more.
Communication. I've developed so many different relationships with so many different people, and built communication between so many different and educated people, and learning how to talk to them and associate myself with them, and building that communication and tearing down that wall where the communication block might be, and just learning how to talk to them and how to be associated with them and get interviews and people that even know that we're in charge of things, and talk to them as well, and do it naturally. Get to the point where we actually do it naturally, and it's nothing,
How does their working on the college newspaper compare to the same experience when they were in high school?
This is definitely more demanding. Ours was once a month in high school, and even then we had problems with it because our tech guys, it was an online newspaper and it never made it online. So yeah, this is a lot more challenging. I'm in charge of a lot more people. There's a lot more going on in this college than at a tiny high school. So.
Well, the high school paper was quite different. It was more. It wasn't as structured, let's say, because it was at a lower level, and so we were pretty much. We have to be a little bit more in control of of what we're doing now, rather than relying on the instructors.
Interestingly enough, more organized, definitely way more organized actually, and harder deadlines. Back in my old journalism program, if you didn't make a deadline, it was kind of like, oh shucks. But with this program, it'll actually affect your grade, and you get kind of more heat, if you will, if you don't turn in your stuff, because we'll have a huge white space that we have to figure out and what to come up with at the last moment.
Long-lasting benefits?
Oh yeah. I've always been interested in journalism, so I want to go into a field. I have learned how to do layout really well, and how to stick to deadlines, how to organize.
The Rampage is published as an educational exercise and First Amendment public forum by students at Victor Valley College.
It's fun.
The Rampage is printed by the Victor Valley College campus print shop.